Welcome back to Four Faces. Man, I got some bad news to tell you. The IRS, they trying to get into your business. Yeah, they're going to implement face recognition. Yep, just what I just said, face recognition. So, let's talk about it. Let's talk about why IRS is going to come after you so hard. Let's get into it. Well, here are the things that the IRS is going to do. They're going to, one, implement face recognition. So in other words, in order for you to access certain things from their website, you have to give up your selfie. Yeah, your face recognition. And that data, that information is going to be obtained not by the IRS, but by a third party. This is the thing that I don't get. IRS is going to allow another company, an outside company that got nothing to do with the government. By the way, IRS also is not part of the government. But nevertheless, the third party company, they're just a private company, right? So they're going to allow them to access all this information, right? Second, IRS is doing, you already heard about it probably, that any transaction, electrical money transaction, $600, they got a right to look into it. The next thing is, the third thing is, well, with the Build Back Better plan, they was like, you know what? You make $600 transactions throughout your account, we got a right to look into that. Say what? Yeah, they said they got a right to look into it. And there's probably other things as well. But I'm just showing you that here it is. We're in a situation where the IRS is going to be able to look at every nickel and dime. This is crazy. So now the question becomes, why do the IRS want to probe into my private life? Why is it that they want to be able to look to my checkings and my savings account? I might be transferring money to my grandma twice or three times a month, giving her 200 here, 200 there, and now you mean to tell me you're going to go into it and scrutinize me and maybe audit me because I transferred $600 worth? This is ridiculous. This is getting kind of crazy. Well, the reason is, unfortunately, is that America owes, here it is, $30 trillion. Yeah, you heard me right, with the big T, $30 trillion. America owes so much money. It's astonishing. Now, here's the thing. When you owe $30 trillion, I don't care what politician will tell you, you're never, ever going to pay it back. America never going to pay back $30 trillion. Let's just get that out the way. It's never going to happen. So the revenue, the taxes that the IRS collect is really being used to pay more towards what? Towards the interest. That's what that money's being used for. And when you got $30 trillion, that's a lot of interest that you got to pay. I mean, that's a lot of money you got to pay. So now the IRS have to be what? More aggressive in getting the money back. So that means going to your account, your saving, your checking, your child account, your whatever account, you sending money to your grandmother, your uncle, your child, doesn't matter. All bets are off. And this is why, if you didn't know, in the BBB, the Build Back Better plan, they wanted to infuse the IRS with millions and millions of dollars. Why? So they could do more tax collection, more auditing. It's getting kind of crazy, guys. And it's going to get worse. If you think like this is it and, I can do no, it's getting worse. It's going to get worse, guys, because I don't think a lot of people understand when it's like, let me put it this way. I'll give you something to look at, a little bit more simpler than 30 trillion. Imagine you have a credit card, and your credit card, you owe $10,000, and you're paying only, let's say, $100 a month. Just an example, and you're paying $100 a month, the minimum. You would never ever pay back that $10,000. All that money that you're paying a month, that $100 that you're paying every single month, is only to attack what? The interest. But what about the principal? Nah, the principal is not going nowhere. It's still there. Matter of fact, you're going to want owning more than $10,000 by year 2 because interest being added onto the $10,000. You know the math. Most of you guys out there got credit cards. You see how it goes. You know if you keep paying a minimum payment every month, you're never going to pay back, the debt. Matter of fact, and if you do pay it back, it's going to take you, years and years. And instead of you owning $10,000, what happens? You wind up owing thousands of dollars more. Well, guess what? That's exactly the same scenario we're in. And unfortunately, a lot of times the politicians, They'll sit there, they'll try to say, oh, well, we're going to pay off the debt, we're going to reduce the debt. And they know, and we should know, is that they're lying. You're never going to pay that debt off. So, just to wrap this up, how is this going to affect you and I? Unfortunately, it's going to hurt the smaller guy. And I'm going to prove my point here. Because think about this. If you were saying that you wanted to attack and get more revenue from the multi-millionaires, then why would you make the number $600 so small? $600 could be, you could work at Mickey D's and spend $600 transaction in a month. You don't need, you get what I'm saying? So I believe, and what's factual here is that I believe they figure, you know what? If we go after the big dogs, millionaires, billionaires, we got to fight a lot of legal expenses. We got to fight them. We got to spend a lot of money. It's actually easier to get it from the smaller guy. Think about it. If you're making $30,000 a year, are you going to get lawyers and, fight the IRS? Are you really going to do that? No, you're not going to do that. Even if you're making $100,000 a year, are you going to sit there and pay lawyers? I mean, lawyers expense. Some of you know it's very expensive. Are you going to pay $1,000 just to fight the IRS? No, you're not going to do it. This is why they reduced that level. Keep in mind the threshold for accounts for the IRS to scrutinize accounts was like $10,000 or more. Now they want to go down to $600. So that pretty much says it all. Like think about it. Think about it. Ain't that crazy? It was in the thousands of dollars. I might be wrong about $10,000, but nevertheless, it was in the thousands of dollars that they would go and scrutinize your account. Now they want to reduce it to $600. That means you probably even got a homeless person in that number. You got someone living on welfare in that number. I mean, it's not hard to make $600 to spend $600. It's not hard to exchange $600. That's nothing. Even a teenager could spend and make $600 worth of transactions. That's nothing. Do you get my point? It's going to get worse. And the reason is, just to summarize it, is because when you have so much debt, when you owe so much money, and keep in mind, America revenue, the amount of money America takes in is not $30 trillion. It's not. It's not even that. Right? The money that they actually take in is not near $30 trillion. They can't use that money to go pay off a $30 trillion debt. They can't. You still got day-to-day costs, right? Unbelievable. So I say this, guys, from Four Faces. Be prepared for the worst. And here's one thing I want to leave you with. Stop voting. Stop voting for someone who's not on your side. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by this, it doesn't matter if they're Republican, Democrat, Independent, Fannie Mae, Manny Mac, whatever. What matters is, are they for your best interest? That's how you should vote. Vote for who's to serve you, right? I don't care if it's a Democrat, whoever it is. If their interest is not saying, you know what, we need to help you reduce your taxes. If they're not talking about that, then they're not helping you none. Then why would you vote for them? Don't vote for someone because as if they're part of a football team, right? Or they're part of some sports league. No, you shouldn't be loyal to no sports league, right? I mean, I should take that back. It's going to be a Super Bowl. But the point is, you should never be loyal to a particular party because you should be loyal to what's going to help you out. Just because someone said, oh, I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat, that means you're always going to vote Democrat. Say for example, I know I'm digressing a little bit, but think about this. Say for example, you're a Republican, right? I'm gonna give both examples. You're a Republican, and they say, you know what? Our main goal is to decommission a sales boat, to decommission some boat, and you like, well, I need taxes reduced. I need my taxes. I'm getting $30,000 a year, and I'm only getting back $15,000 after taxes. Would you still vote for that Republican? I hope not. You shouldn't vote for them. I don't care how they sit and criticize the Democrats or Independent or whoever. It doesn't matter. Here's another example. If you're a Democrat, right, and they talking about, I want to defund the police. I want to defund the police, right? But your main goal is, I need to reduce my taxes. right? Because that's really affecting me directly. My taxes are high. I'm barely getting by. Inflation is there. I'm paying all this money for food. But they talking about defund the police. But you're like, no, I didn't need my taxes. Are you still going to vote for that Democrat? Because you've been voting Democrat for all your life? Or are you going to vote for the party that's going to suit your best interests? Not to say police and all that's not important, but what's affecting you right now? What's affecting you day to day? Because keep in mind, this is an exchange thing here, right? When you vote, there's one more thing I want to add. When you vote, you have to understand, they're not doing you a favor. You're doing them a favor more than they doing you because you voted for them, right? And what you're trying to do is you're trying to have this exchange going by, right? You do for me, I do for you. I'm going to vote for you because I want you to do A, B, C, D. Not I'm going to vote for you because you know what? I've been a Democrat, Republican all my life, and I'm just going to stay with the team. That's not how you should vote. Or you shouldn't be voting, well, I'm going to vote for him because you know what? He's better at criticizing this person, and he's more funny than it. That's not helping you, right? If we need to reduce drug costs, then you need to focus on a party that's going to possibly reduce your drug costs, right? Think about insulin runs some people hundreds and hundreds, maybe even $1,000 per month, right? They got to subsidize the cost. Not every insurance company out there pays a particular high percentage of the cost. So are you going to vote because this guy's criticizing this guy and that guy's criticizing them? Or are you going to vote because you know what? Y'all can vote, y'all can make jokes by each other or criticize each other. But at the end of the day, here's the thing, who's going to reduce the cost of my drug? That's how you should vote, not based on party. I think if we stop voting based on just party, then what happens is now everybody have to come with actual policies rather than just fantasies. And I bring that back into these taxes. What's happening here is this. You got two parties. Just keeping it real. You really don't have two parties, Republican and Democrat. Here it is, a situation in which the IRS is going to start scrutinizing every American more than ever before. Every little dime you make, every money you make, their hand's going to be right there, ready to reach in. Or get your order and you got to go down there, right? And you got to answer all their questions. And if you can't answer their questions, you still want to fight, you got to pay lawyer fees, right? That's very expensive, right? But instead, if we all focus on the things that's important to us, what we should be talking about, okay, I need to know which one of you guys is going to sit there and fight for me and get this IRS nonsense off my back. That should be the conversation. Forget about all that other stuff. Oh, this guy is liberals and rhinos. Forget about all that. Are you? The question is, it's like a kid. Kids, they yelling, they screaming at one another like little child. But at the end of the day, you're like, okay, what's really happening, right? That's what you want to know. What is really happening? What was really happening is that the IRS is going to start scrutinizing your accounts. Everything you do, face recognition, $600, all that, it's coming. The face recognition, by the way, is supposed to happen this year, 2022. That should be what you focus on. Forget everything. Forget all that other nonsense, all that chit chat. What are you going to do? That's what you should be asking yourself. This is Four Faces. You know what? We'll talk.